Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us today. We apologize for a little bit of a late start, a few technology slips, but here we are. So this is TicketSignup 101, and presenting today is Jake and Katie. And they happen to be experts around everything with TicketSignup, so you guys will be in great hands with all this great content today. Before we get started with our presentation and I shift over to them, just a few housekeeping items that I wanted to review. At any point in time during the presentation, if you have any questions, go ahead and submit them using the question pane on the control panel. If for any reason, your question does not get answered, if it's a little bit too specific to an event that you have, somebody from our team will reach out and follow up with you one-on-one. We will have a recording of this webinar and all of these slides sent out to our registrants within 24 to 48 hours. So don't feel like if you miss something on a slide that was important to you, we're going to send that information out to you, so you will have that in email format. All right, and so with that, I will hand this over to Jake and Katie.
Thank you, Danielle. Appreciate the intro. Hi, everyone. My name is Jake Unger. I'm one of the sales directors at TicketSignup, and I'm joined by Katie Atherton, who is one of our phenomenal account managers on the support side. So we're happy to be talking with you today. Today's webinar is a TicketSignup 101. So hopefully keep it pretty simple, but just give you some information on TicketSignup, how we can help grow your event and raise more revenue for your organization and your events. So just a quick agenda before we get rolling. I'm going to talk a little bit about us, kind of who we are as a company. We'll talk through the different types of ticket events that we see on our platform, that we see a lot of success with. I'll have Katie, who will jump in and talk a little about simple and advanced tickets. And again, the different types of events and where maybe the simple and advanced tickets might fit with your organization and your events. I'll go through a bit of a demonstration. Again, I'll try and keep it true to brand and keep it one-on-one on the demo, and then we'll open it up to questions at the end. So a little about us. We build and deliver free event technology for your organization. We have two main platforms. Some of the people on this call may be familiar with RunSignup, and our registration platform is great for run, walk, ride events, endurance events. We also have a ticket platform, which is what we're going to be speaking about today. That's great for whether it be small, free events, or even large, 1,000-person festivals. We have some great tools that can help fit those events. So our tools, like I said, they're all free and easy to use. And kind of our goal is to make it simple for you to engage with your participants, control those events, and make it really easy for your staff as well as those attendees to sign up and purchase tickets to those events. We've helped our partners and customers raise $1.4 billion since 2010, and we have over 26,000 events that are using our platform as of this March. So a little bit about TicketSignup. I mentioned we're great for simple events, complex, and even multi-day events. So again, whether it be a simple event with one easy ticket type, general admission ticket, or even some of those larger, more complex multi-day events where you have time slots and just some more complexity to the events, we have some great tools that can help fit those events. We can help with custom questions, waivers, notifications. So whether it's information that you need to collect from your participants, notifications to your team, or even some of those checks and balances like those waivers along with the process, we can help with that. Refund policy and chargeback management. We've heard from a lot of our partners that may have been a pain point for them in the past, is getting chargebacks or issuing refunds. So we realized that with those chargebacks and filing maybe claims on those chargebacks, it's sort of like it's a complex thing for event organizers to do. We have a team that can handle all of that for you from start to finish. And we just go through the process to kind of hold your hand and make sure that we fight those claims and that we find some chargebacks for the team. We also have a merch store, so make it really easy to not only sell tickets, but also if there's additional merchandise that you want to include in that purchase path, that we can display those merchandise items, manage the inventory for your team and for your event, to make it really simple to have those add-ons along with the tickets. We also have self-serve ticket management for attendees and directors. So something that's pretty powerful to make it really easy, not only for your team to manage those tickets, if somebody needed to change a date or can't make it a certain night, but we also have the ability to put that into your attendees' hands so they can manage their own tickets to cut back on those customer service phone calls, those emails that you might get, especially for those multi-day events that run throughout maybe the course of a month. Think of like a holiday light show where somebody buys a ticket for a Friday night, they get sick, they need to change it to another date. We have some great ways to make it really simple for them to change those dates. We have a mobile check-in app, so make it really, really easy for your team on event day to check in those attendees, have all that data, and also make it really simple for those attendees to get into the event as well. Free tickets are free. We'll talk a little bit more about the pricing and the processing fees on paid tickets, but anything that's a free ticket, that's free for your team. There's no setup fees, there's no subscriptions, there's no length of term contracts to get started with us. And then we also include a free website with each event that you create, and then we also have free email marketing that's included as well. Unlimited sends, contacts, again, make it really easy for your team to communicate with those that are coming to your event, promote, market the events as well. So the types of ticket events that we see, we certainly have your traditional events, and I'll talk a little bit more about those here in a minute. But we see some outside of the box and unique events as well. And then I can mention Katie will talk a little bit more about tickets and registration, as well as the simple and advanced tickets as well. So some of the traditional events that we see on our platform and have a lot of success are those festivals. So think whether it be food festivals like a barbecue festival, or wine, beer fest, arts fest, hot air balloon festival. We've seen a lot of really unique festivals on our platform. Your concerts, I know we're coming up on summer and concert season, so we have a lot of concert events, and that's actually all on the demo today. I'll walk through setting up a concert event. Golf tournaments, so whether it's simple where you're taking just individual registrations, but even more complex golf tournaments where you need to collect foursomes and the names for those individuals in the foursomes, or sponsors for the tournament. We have some great ways to help with that. Your gala events, whether it's individual tickets or tables, or again, sponsors for those galas. Luncheons and dinners kind of falls into that gala category. Conventions, we have a lot of conventions that use our tools as well for those signups, whether it be for the convention as a whole or the sessions that they need to sign up and register as part of that convention or seminar. Holiday light shows, Halloween events that are multi-day timed events that run throughout the course of the season or a month, as well as corn mazes, carnival tournaments, wine tasting events, so lots of those traditional ticket events that we see. I mentioned some of those outside of the box events. So we also have a voting capability on our ticket tool as well. So whether it be pet voting contests, we had a Christmas tree voting contest last winter. I was speaking with somebody earlier this week on a barbecue contest where they're going to have not only selling tickets for the barbecue festival itself, but have voting on the different the barbecues at the event. There's some great tools to help with those voting, not only just the voting, but the leaderboard as well. Scavenger hunts. We have a lot of oyster roasts and seafood broils that have used our ticket tool that have been a great fit, not only for selling those tickets, but again, some of those events can be larger on scale, so really help with that event day and the check-in for those oyster roasts and seafood broils. Fashion shows, I mentioned barbecue fests. We've even had a couple monster truck events and rodeos on our platform as well. So I'm going to turn it over to Katie for a couple of minutes. She's going to talk about tickets versus registration, and I mentioned there's simple advanced tickets as well.
Awesome. So I'm going to discuss the two products or platforms that Jake mentioned that we offer. We have our TicketSignup tickets platform and our RunSignup registration platform. So this slide is just going to talk a little bit about the difference between the two and some considerations to think about when deciding where you want to host your event, which side of the platform you want to host it on. So the first thing that you want to think about is that participants register while attendees buy tickets. So the registration platform is going to often include more information collection for each of the participants. It usually requires more interaction with the participants. So we offer additional waiver settings, participation management features, and the ability to upload results. In addition, the participants each need to have their own account to manage their event. So on the ticketing side, it's a little bit easier to purchase those tickets in bulk. You usually have less information collection. Participants don't need to get a password or have a password to purchase tickets. Again, it's just a lot simpler process for purchasing tickets. And then the other things you want to consider is the peer-to-peer fundraising and the team participation. So on the registration platform, we have peer-to-peer fundraising features. You can be individual or team fundraisers, whereas on the ticketing side, we usually only allow for just donations. And then for the team participation, we don't have many team participation features on TicketSignup. There's not an actual team setting. You can allow participants to purchase tickets in a group of 4 if you want a 4-person team, etc. So it's able to handle something like that, but it's not meant for a team setting. So like I said, the registration side is just going to be a little bit more complex. And that's not to say the ticketing side doesn't host complex ticket events. So we do have ticket grouping. If you want to have a multi-day or multi-time slot event, we can use ticket grouping that can organize those complex events and make it simpler for the attendees to purchase tickets. And then just a note at the bottom of the slide. So we know that these are the normal fits for these different types of 5K or race events and ticket events, but we know each event's going to be different, and the platform you want to use is definitely going to be specific to your event needs. So we encourage you to reach out to our support team and just ask if you're curious on which side of the platform your event's going to work best on. So this is kind of an example of what the registration versus the ticketing platform is going to look like. So you can see in the top image, if you want to add multiple registrants, you're going to have to go through the registration form for each of these individual registrants. Whereas on the ticket side, you're able to purchase those tickets in bulk a lot more easier. You can see in the picture, they're purchasing 6 tickets at one time, and they're often not going to require much information for each of those 6 tickets, just purchaser information. And next, I'll dive into some simple versus advanced ticket features. So with the simple tickets, these can be set up in just minutes. It's just a matter of going through the ticket wizard. Step 2 on the ticket wizard is when you're going to add those tickets and create purchase periods and pricing. You can always go back into the event dashboard and adjust your tickets, add or remove tickets, and set up new purchase periods. But just going through the wizard enough is going to set up that simple ticket event. This is going to be for events with 1 or few ticket options. So you can see, for example, if you had an event that just offered a general admission and a VIP ticket option, this is going to be usually a simple ticket event case. And with simple ticket events, you can also set ticket caps and cross ticket caps that go across multiple tickets. Our first example of a simple ticket event is this poker night fundraiser. So this event had just 1 ticket option, a seat at the poker table. And they didn't collect any information for the individual ticket holders, just the purchasers. So if I wanted to purchase 2 tickets for me and one of my friends, I would only need to enter my information and how many seats I wanted to have at the poker table. The next example we have is a golf tournament. So this example had 5 ticket options. They had a single player or a team option for both the morning and the afternoon sessions. And then they also offered a sponsor option. So just 5 simple options for their attendees to choose which one they'd like to participate in. And our last example of a simple ticket event is the Scavenger Hunt. This hunt had 3 ticket options, either a 2-person team, a 3-person team, or a 4-person team, as you can see. And they collected just basic information, such as the name and the shirt size for each team member. So they could collect that information using our individual ticket information collection for the name, and they could collect the t-shirt size using custom questions for their ticket holders. Next, moving on to advanced tickets. These are going to be enabled in your event dashboard. So with the simple ticket events, as I mentioned, you just need to go through the ticket wizard and you've set up a simple ticket event. But once you want to enable advanced tickets, this has to be done in the dashboard under tickets, advanced tickets. This is going to allow you to group tickets. So you can have 1 or multiple tickets in each group. For example, in this example, there's event days with multiple time slots in each event day. So the attendee will choose the group and then they'll choose which time slot they want to do for that group. And similar to simple tickets, you can also set caps and transaction limits. You can set these by the ticket and multi-ticket levels, but you can also set ticket groups or cross-ticket groups when you have advanced tickets. And lastly, with advanced ticket events, you can set combo tickets. So for example, if you wanted to allow 2 free kids tickets with each 2 adult tickets, you can set that combination up with advanced ticket events. And our first example of an advanced ticket event is the Chicago Beer Fest. So this event set up 8 time slots over 3 days, and they capped each time slot at 400 tickets. So that those capacity requirements were really important for this event. And they had a simple buying process. They only collected purchaser information and didn't worry about the individual ticket information. And they also used our check-in app, which Jake mentioned earlier, to track tickets. So you can see in that right-hand side picture, those charts are going to be how the check-in stats will display in your check-in app, and you can see how many tickets have been checked in versus how many were purchased. And just some results from using us and setting it up this way, they had a 110% increase in ticket sales and a 227% increase in revenue. Our next example of an advanced ticket event is a golf classic. So where we had a little bit of simple golf setup earlier with the simple ticket events, this one has used ticket groups. So they've enabled advanced tickets to use those ticket groups, and they set the sponsorship types as the ticket groups, and then they had different tickets. They had from 1 to 6 tickets within each group. So if they had an event sponsor, they may have a food sponsor or a beverage sponsor within that sponsorship level. And the last example of advanced tickets is conventions. So this is the non-convention, and they used 4 ticket groups with one or multi-day options. So they broke down the tickets and pricing based on the industry that they were in, and they made it easy for you to purchase tickets for, if you're purchasing an extra ticket for someone else in your company that's coming with you, you can purchase those add-on tickets. And they broke down the level of tickets and pricing on the individual tickets.
Great, thanks, Katie. You still going to see my screen, Katie? All right, so I'm going to walk through just a little bit of a demonstration on setting up a ticket event, really starting from scratch, and I'll jump into the dashboard a little bit, and I will spend a little bit of time going over those simple versus advanced tickets and kind of when to use each one. I'll start with a really simple ticket event, and then we'll turn on the advanced tickets and show you where it's applicable. One thing I'll make note is there's no additional fee. Like I said, everything that I'm showing today, it's free to set up. No subscription setup fees or length-of-term contracts. So the term simple tickets and advanced tickets, it's not like upgrading the subscription or anything. It's just the different types of ticket groups and ways to set up your event. So to get started with us, you go to TicketSignup.io, and right on the home screen, you'll see this button that says create an event. So that's where you can get started. By clicking on that tab there, it's going to take you on what we call the ticket data or ticket wizard. So it's really 3 simple steps to set up the foundation to your event. My recommendation for the ticket wizard is to keep it pretty basic. No need to get overly detailed on the wizard, because you will get to the dashboard, and I'll show it here in a little bit, and that's where a lot of the customization can go into it. So if you just have kind of the foundation and the idea of the event, you can get started. You can always tweak, edit, and change things as you go along. So I actually started to go through the ticket wizard on a test event for today, just for time's sake, so we don't have to go and fill out each section. But I'll walk through each of these 3 steps to kind of show you what that look and feel is for you if you were to start out setting up an event today. So the event we're going to set up, it's a TicketSignup 101 music festival. I know we're coming up from summer, it's music season, so I figured it'd be a nice example to show. So everything that you see that has an asterisk next to it is a required field. So the event name, is your organization a nonprofit, yes or no? We do work with a number of nonprofits. We have some unique features for nonprofits like collecting donations along that ticket purchase path. The event type, we have a couple different options here on event type. This is really just to give you kind of again, a basic foundation. We have some stock images that will come out for those different types of events that you choose. the event date and time, the start time and the end time. So for this example, it's a 2-day music festival. So I have the start time on June 3rd and the end time on June 4th. The description, if you have an event logo, you can go ahead and upload that on this step. The contact information, the location that the event will be held. Again, everything that has an asterisk is a required field. The event visibility, draft, private, and public. It's up to you where you want to start your event. I typically start it in private. The difference is here, if you have it in draft mode and you get started and you're building out your event, it's a little tougher to share your event page with colleagues of yours to edit and proofread because they would have to be an admin on the event. That's not to say that you can't be an admin, you can set it up so they have those privileges. But if I set it up in private, anyone that has the URL in the domain for the event can view it and access the event page. But it won't be searchable in your search engines until it's switched over to public. The last is, again, if you have donations, you can go ahead and set that up. Event history, this is more for our support team to kind of call out the event and make sure that we have the right resources assigned to your event as well. So after you fill out step 1, you can move over to step 2, which is setting up your tickets. So we spent some time talking about simple and advanced tickets. I'm going to start out as just a simple ticket event, and then we'll switch over and show you what an advanced ticket group would look like. So for this, I have 2 tickets. I'm selling a Saturday ticket for June 3rd at $35. I'm also selling a Sunday ticket for June 4th for $35. If you wanted to change and add different purchase periods, you can do so here as well. So for example, if you wanted that early bird pricing that lasts for a few days, or flash sale, you can set those different pricing periods where maybe the price changes, goes up on certain dates, and it happens automatically as well. But again, I mentioned my recommendation is to keep it pretty simple here. Once you get to the dashboard is where a lot of that customization can go in. So if it is one of those more complex events, no need to get too overwhelmed on this page. Feel free to reach out to our team. We'll kind of walk you through those steps and setting up your tickets and your groups and the different options that you have. So after step 2, move over to step 3, which would be setting up your payment account. If it's the first time that you're using our tools, setting up a payment account is how we pay your organization. So as folks are purchasing tickets or making donations for the event, those funds go into your payment account that you had set up, and we'll disperse those funds to your organization every Tuesday, even leading up to the event. You don't need to wait till the event's over to start collecting the revenue from the event there. This is also where you'll choose how that processing fee is handled. So with the processing fee, you can actually pass that directly on to your ticket purchasers. So the processing fee is not eating into the revenue for the events, but you do have the option to absorb that, split it. So we have some great options for you on how you want to handle the processing of your tickets. So step 4, after you finish step 1, 2, and 3, is going to give you the option to go right over to your dashboard or even view your website. So I'm going to go ahead and click on go to dashboard here, and this is kind of where, after you complete the ticket wizard, we're just going to kick you. The first screen that it takes you to, I think is a great first screen to take or to go to is the event feed. So this is actually where you can start building out some customization for your one of the really unique things about our platform is the branding, the customization of your event page. You can make your event page match your branding for your events or your organization, really down to the exact text color for the brand. So if you click into color scheme here, here's some pre-built color schemes that you can choose from, but I always recommend using the custom color scheme. So if you click on add custom color scheme, you can really start to drill into the different aspects of your event page and the colors, and it'll tell you under the color where that applies to. But if you have a photo of your, or a poster for your event, or your organization's logo or branding, you can pull out those text colors and really match this event page identically to your organization. So I think it's a great place to start. The second thing that you can do on that event theme page is this custom wording. So for example, kind of a stock wording here is your sign up button and your donate button. But if you wanted to change the word sign up to buy tickets or purchase tickets or reserve your seat or whatever it may be, you can really customize the wording on your event page as well. So that's the first step that I typically recommend when setting up your event. I'm going to go ahead and hit this view website tab here, and it's going to show kind of what that page, after I went through the ticket wizard, just kind of the standard basic page that it kicks out. So you have the Ticket Signup 101 Music Festival. It did pull over that the logo that I had uploaded. You see I have the sign up call to action button here, the 2 tickets, the Saturday and the Sunday, and then it has information on the event itself. So pretty standard page. From here, what I'm going to do next is talk through a little bit about that simple versus advanced tickets. So Katie had spent a little bit of time talking about when to use simple tickets, when to use advanced tickets. So I figured showing it might be a little bit more helpful. So if we take an event like a music festival, for example, where I'm selling Saturday tickets and Sunday tickets, 2 basic ticket options, simple tickets would work there. But if I were to be selling Saturday tickets and Sunday tickets, and within Saturday I have multiple options, for example, a general admission adult ticket, a general admission child ticket, a VIP ticket, all on Saturday, I'm going to group that together. That's when turning on our advanced tickets in those groups might make sense. So I'm going to go ahead and hit this advanced tickets here and turn on enable advanced tickets. Now what it did is it took that Saturday ticket and that Sunday ticket and it grouped those together. So from here, I can edit that ticket group. So I'm going to edit the first ticket and call this Saturday. Saturday, June 3rd. In the second ticket group, I'm going to edit and call this Sunday, June 4th. So now I have 2 ticket groups. And within that ticket group, I then can start creating those tickets. So we'll do the first ticket, we'll do this general admission adult. I'll create a general admission child ticket. And then we'll also create a VIP ticket. So now within Saturday, I have 3 different ticket options. I'm going to do the same thing here for Sunday. So we'll do a general admission adult. We'll add a general admission child ticket. And then lastly, we'll do a VIP ticket. So now I have Saturday to Sunday, I have multiple options underneath that. The last step here would be adding some pricing. So I already have the $35 for general admission adult. Let's make general admission child ticket. We'll call that $25. We'll do a VIP ticket for $75. I'm going to save that. And then let's do the same thing for Sunday. All right. So now I'm going to refresh that event page. Now you'll notice I have Saturday, June 3rd, Saturday, June 4th. If I click on the Saturday, June 3rd, it lists out those 3 different ticket options for Saturday, June 3rd. So I thought that'd be a good exercise to show when using that advanced tickets might make sense. So from here, again, still pretty basic, generic page, serves its purpose. I think it's a, you know, again, fine for those events where you want to keep it simple. The other option that you can do here is by using our tool called the cover page. So by turning on this cover page, what it does is, and I'll refresh this page here, it takes sort of all that information from that one page out, and it just allows for a little bit more customization from here. So it makes it really easy to add a header banner or different content sections that you might have, whether it be a countdown clock or images. So by turning on the cover page, it just, in my opinion, it can make your event page look much nicer, more customization to that page. And I actually went ahead and did that ahead of time before today's webinar. So I took that same Ticket Signup 101 Music Festival, I turned on the cover page, and I added a nice looking banner image. I set up the color scheme for that event page so everything sort of flows and follows that same color scheme throughout. I have those 2 ticket groups set up. I added some highlight banners, a countdown clock, so a nice looking event page a little bit more advanced than just that basic generic page that it started with. And from here, I can even walk through what a purchase path would look like on an event like this. So if I were to hit Saturday, June 3rd, gives me a couple options. I have a general admission adult, general admission child, and that VIP ticket. And I even added a cap to that VIP ticket where I only have 100 tickets available. And as folks start purchasing, it'll count down from that cap. So I'm not selling more than the 100 that are available. But let's say I wanted to purchase 2 general admission adult, 1 general admission child. I'll continue, takes me to the checkout screen, and I can make that purchase, and I'll get a confirmation email with my tickets and my summary of my purchase, and then the staff will have that notification as well and make it really easy for check-in. So I hope that was able to show a little bit behind the scenes of what it looks like to set up an event, the difference between simple and advanced tickets, as well as turning on that cover page. One other thing that I thought I would show on the demo portion is we didn't spend a lot of time in the slides yet, but we have free email marketing that's built into each event to make it really easy as an event director to communicate with your attendees and ticket purchasers kind of in 2 different ways. So you have your marketing and your promotional emails that you can send out. So for example, if I wanted to upload a custom list, if I have a CSV file of a marketing list that I want to upload, really easy to upload those contacts and then communicate with those contacts to promote and market my event, let them know tickets are on sale, what to expect. The other way you can use your email marketing is the transactional email. So think of this as like your who, what, when, where, how of the event. So what to expect, FAQs, maybe scheduling an email to go out to all the ticket purchasers the day of the event with their QR code, so it's at the top of their inbox to make it really easy for check-in. So email marketing is a great tool. Happy to chat offline with anyone on the call to kind of talk through the email marketing, how you can use it for your events. But I'll just walk through it really quickly. So if I'm on the email marketing tab, I click select recipients. I can choose who I want to send that email to, whether it's that marketing list that I uploaded, or if I want to send an email to all ticket purchasers, or maybe I just want to send an email out to all those VIP ticket purchasers for Saturday, June 3rd. Again, really easy to communicate, whether it be with everybody that buys a ticket or specific groups that you're selling tickets to. And you can also schedule those emails to go out a specific day, time, or even automated after the ticket purchase as well. So I am going to flip back over to the slides. Again, I hope that the demo portion show you how easy it is to set up a ticket, a few of the different aspects of the dashboard and the ticket options that you have there. I guess one last thing that I'll show is on every one of these tabs, you'll see this little orange help button on the top right-hand side as well. So if you ever have questions, if you ever get lost or confused of where to go next, you can always hit this help button. And what's nice is it's going to kick over a tutorial or a setup guide for that specific section that you're in. So for example, I was on email marketing, I click the help button, and it's going to walk me through how to send an email, create an email, communicate with those attendees as well. So I'm going to go ahead and back to the slides here and finish out with just a couple quick slides. Pricing, so what we charge. So our processing fees is for paid transactions, and the big difference between our platform and some of the other vendors, or a lot of the other vendors out there, is our processing fee is per transaction, not per ticket. So great for those events that are selling families, they're buying 2, 3, 4, 5 tickets in one transaction. They're not getting dinged 4, 5, 6 different times with processing fees. So the processing fee, it's inclusive of both platform and credit card fees, and it's $1 plus 6% of the total transaction. So whether that's 1 ticket, or it's 10 tickets, if it comes out to be $100 in the total, that processing fee would be $1 plus 6% of that 100, so it'd be $107 total. You can pass that $7 on to the ticket purchaser, so it's not eating into the revenue for your event that you're putting on. If they are some higher dollar transactions, so think like sponsors or VIP tickets for concerts, if it's over $250, So between $250 and $999. That processing fee does come down a bit, so it's $1 plus 5%. And if it's ever over $1,000 transactions, which is pretty common with some of these sponsors for these larger events, it's $1 plus 4%. And again, that's inclusive of both credit card and platform fees. So no need to find additional merchant to process that as well. We'll handle all of that transaction. We do have some volume discount pricing available for some of those organizers that are selling 5,000 plus tickets for an event or multiple events. And lastly, some things that we maybe skipped over or didn't spend a lot of time on here. Each event gets its own free event website that has a unique URL and domain. You can include that, embed that right into your own website or your social media to make it really easy for somebody to click on the link, purchase those tickets. And again, hopefully showed how you can customize those event pages. Free email, we touched on that a bit. I think that's a great tool, whether it be to work hand in hand with what you're using right now for email, or even display some of the subscriptions that you might be paying for email as well. We have some great marketing tools, whether it be Facebook Pixel integration or Google Analytics, even our referral rewards programs, some great tools built in for your marketing team and event organizers. We have a photo platform, again, to make it really easy for you to set up and kind of create that fear of missing out for your attendees as you're posting photos on the event page. And then we have automated QR codes to make it really easy for somebody to scan, purchase a ticket. And again, that check-in app to make it really easy for your team to scan and check those folks in on event day as well. I'm gonna pause, take a break. That was a lot of talking. I hope this was helpful for everybody, and we can open it up for some questions if there are any.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jakes. Okay, so let's dive in. There's been a few that we've covered, and there's a few that I will read out that are still pending. And then, everybody take a minute if you have any questions. Feel free to send them in as we are reading out. All right, so this first one here, could TicketSignup or the registration feature be used for events with free tickets?
Yes, yep. So what's great is free tickets are completely free. So I mentioned the processing fee on that last slide there. That's only on paid transactions. So if you're setting up an event that's, hey, I just want to collect RSVPs, it's a free community event, but we want to collect some data and have a check-in process. There's no actual transaction taking place, so there's no processing fees on those transactions. So being that there's no setup fee, there's no subscriptions, there's no length of term of contracts, and then there's no processing fee on those free tickets, it's totally free to use. We welcome free events. It's even a great way to get used to our platform and our tools as
well. All right, and then this next one is there going to be an in-depth webinar on the QR codes and the ticket check-in app? And I think I can actually probably help with this question. From the marketing end, we are always open to hearing the kinds of needs and questions that you guys have. Right now, we do not have anything queued up for QR codes and ticket check-in app. We do have something that was previously done, and I am happy to send that one off to you. But we will keep those QR codes in mind when we are thinking and putting together our next webinar.
Yeah, great question. And feel free to reach out to Katie or myself as well. It's Katie at TicketSignup.io or Jake at TicketSignup.io. We have a ton of resources that have already been, whether it be pre-recorded or blogs on the check-in app and QR codes. So I have a lot of things on deck. If you're really interested in that, we can certainly send those your way.
Great. And then we'll do one more. Can you get the names of registrants for the tickets?
Sorry, can you repeat that, Danielle?
Can you get the names of registrants for the tickets? So I'm assuming that's probably tickets that have been purchased on there.
Great question. Absolutely. So we have different levels of information collection. So kind of the standard when you set up an event, and I can even hop over if it's all right. I'm going to exit out of this and I'll go to the event that I started setting up. So you'll see here the basic information that's being collected for that example that I set up. It's going to collect first name, last name, email address of the ticket purchaser. So if somebody's purchasing 4 or 5 tickets, it's going to collect the first name, last name, email for the purchaser to send them their summary, the information. You'll have access to that as well. But if there's other data points that you want to collect, you can certainly turn those on. Or if you needed to collect the first name, last name, email of each individual ticket. So think whether it be a conference or seminar, maybe you're making name tags and you need to have all that information. We make it really easy to kind of choose what type of information you're collecting, but also keeping in mind of making it as easy of a purchase path for those attendees. Aside from just this basic information that you can collect, we also have the ability to set up those custom questions as well. So if you wanted to create a custom question, for example, is there any food allergies we should be aware of for this gala event? Or what branch of the military have you served for some of our military events that are armed services events that are taking place? You can create these custom questions, whether it be a text field, a checkbox, a select menu, yes, no button. So there's really unlimited information that you can collect from those ticket purchasers or attendees, depending on that level of data and information you need.
All right, and I will read out just one more here before we wrap up. Can you have an early bird rate?
Yes. Yes, you can. So where you can do that is either in that ticket wizard when we were setting up on step 2, when it was going through tickets. You can set it up if it's a pretty simple event where it's just like one ticket option, but you want to have those different purchase periods. Or if it's this complex event where I have Saturday, Sunday tickets with different ticket groups, I could go in and let's say I wanted to change this purchase period and make this an early bird rate that ends on May 1st, and then it's going to increase on May 2nd up until the event. Make it really easy to create those purchase periods, whether it be early bird pricing or price increases, or even increasing price on day of to incentivize folks to purchase online so you're getting that information.
All right, and then I said last one. I'm going to take this last one because it came in. How long do you have access to the ticket holders' information?
Yeah, I can take this one. So yeah, you're always going to have access to that ticket holder information, unless for some reason you're deleting the event. But you'll be able to access your past events once the ticket event's over. You can go into My Ticket Events, and there will be an option for past events where you can see all that past ticket holder information. So whatever information you collected, whether it was just for the purchaser or for the individual ticket holders, like Jake showed how to turn on, you'll be able to see that registry data.
So here in my profile. So the first step in creating that new ticket, it's the first time using our platform, it's going to prompt you to create a username and a password that you'll use for your TicketSignup account. And now, as you start creating events, you'll be able to go back to any past events, pull all of that data, export all of that data as well. And a big thing is you own all your data. We're not marketing or reaching out to any of your participants. That's all of your data. So again, a little difference between our business philosophy and maybe some others out there. So yes, you have access to all past data, and it's your data, and we're not marketing out to those folks.
All right, so I think that concludes. If there's anything pending or something specific that you guys had that was sent in via questions, we will reach out to you one-off. And if that is all, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Jake. Thank you, Katie.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, that's like no contest, man. Anyway, thank you all for watching that video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell and all. That way you'll be alerted when we post new content. And if you want to help us out, please click that thumbs up button, and we'll see you in the next one.